party? What party? Are you spying on me, Bear? I have a good mind to report you.
I wasn't spying, Mr. Curry. I was just looking at that old rag you were hanging between your trees.
Old rag? It's not a rag. It's a hammock.
A hammock?
There's no need to broadcast it to the whole neighborhood, Bear. Promise not to tell anyone, and I may let you have a go on it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Curry. I don't think I've ever been on a hammock before.
Sailors used to sleep on them aboard ship. Ah, a sailing cap. May I borrow it, Bear? It'll help set the mood.
Yes, Mr. Curry, but... Oh dear, I'm sorry, Mr. Curry. Is there anything I can do?
Yes, you can tie the other end of the hammock to the tree while I go inside to change. Then I shall take a well-deserved rest after a hard week's work.
I shall have to tell Mrs. Bird that she's wrong. She says you haven't done a day's work in your life.
Why, I never... Oh, the nerve of that woman.
Are you sure your hammock is safe, Mr. Curry?
Safe? Of course it's safe. It may have one or two holes here and there.
One or two? There's one here, and there, and here. I think you may have some hammock moths.
There. After you finish tying it to the tree, you can test it to make sure it's perfectly safe, comfortable. And don't touch a drop of my lemonade. I shall know if you have. I want the jug.
Getting into Mr. Curry's hammock wasn't as easy as it looked. I could have done with a book of instructions.
There! Stop swinging and get to work.
My best marmalade sandwich. At least it softened my landing. It was time for Plan B.
There's no time to lie around. Get cracking.
It was just a matter of proper timing to hit the target.
How is the hammock, Bear?
It's a little snug, Mr. Curry. And I certainly wouldn't call it relaxing. Mr. Curry said not to touch his lemonade, so I was sure he'd be upset that I had spilled some. Hopefully, Mr. Curry won't notice that it's been watered down. I still had to find a way onto the hammock.
I do hope Paddington comes back soon. Henry said he was coming home early with a special surprise.
Since bears are good at climbing, it was time for Plan C. And after all my efforts, I'm sure Mr. Curry won't begrudge me one small apple.
What are you doing up there, Bear?
Plan C, Mr. Curry. C for catastrophe.
How dare you pick my apples without permission? My lemonade! Why, you bear? Get me out of here!
I'm sorry, Mr. Curry, it's just that the hose slipped and...
Give me that hose! Why, that Mr. Curry!
What are you doing, Mr. Curry? You soaked this shirt.
What am I doing? It's all that bear's fault.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bird. I was helping Mr. Curry with his new hammock.
His new hammock, did you say? But that's our old hammock. Henry put it out with the other rubbish from the shed yesterday.
Whatever is happening over here? Paddington's been trying out Mr. Curry's new hammock. Oh, don't get on that. It's completely rotten.
Rotten? But Mr. Curry asked me to test it for him.
Is this true, Mr. Curry? Imagine putting a young bear at risk. Well, You see, it was,
Forget about that old hammock. Look, I've got a new one right here. If you like, Mr. Curry, you can come over and try it when I've set it up.
If you wait a few years, it may get thrown out too. Then you'll have two hammocks. I think it'll be a while before I go anywhere near another hammock, Aunt Lucy. Mr. Brown said I could be the first to try out his new one. But you told me to be polite, so I've been saying, after you, to everyone.
Nephew, you don't know what you're missing.
Next on...
You destroyed my castle! You tyrant! You started!
You keep in your territory and I'll keep to mine.
SpongeBob SquarePants, Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. on Octo.
Here we are, Mr. Brown, in the medieval town of Charlemagne, Germany. It's the setting for the next chapter of my book, The World and Its Wonders.
I thought we came to see knights in shining armour, Mr. Gruber, as well as your friend, Herbert von Dulong. I don't know knights, but if you ask me, everyone here dresses a little strangely.
A wise bear, it is oft times told, knows all that glitters is not gold.
They have a funny way of putting things, too.
Oh, he talks that way because he's a fool, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Gruber, it's not like you to be rude.
Not that kind of fool, Mr. Brown. I mean, he's a jester. You see, every year the people of Charlemagne dress up and pretend to be someone from the olden days. It's all part of a medieval festival celebrating the town's history.
Oh, that crazy locksmith Rutger. Every year he plays the Black Knight, and every year he has to pretend he's more evil than the year before.
Herbert, is that you?
Samuel, you made it! Yes, it is I. For today, I am known as a White Knight.
Well then, brave White Knight, allow me to introduce my dear friend, Mr. Paddington Brown.
Great honor it is. But I have terrible news. I am to be disqualified from the jousting matches.
Disqualified? But why?
My squire became ill this morning. And without one, I cannot joust. It is so dictated.
But that's awful. Is there no one else who can help you?
Excuse me, Mr. Knight. I'm not a squire, but bears are very good at helping.
Be you brave, honest, and true as all squires must be?
My Aunt Lucy thinks so.
Then do not loiter, Squire Paddington.
Excuse me, Mr. Knight, but what exactly is a jousting competition?
It is when knights rise their horses at one another and try to knock the other to the ground with lances. The one who touches the ground first is thus defeated.
Knights of Charlemagne, you are the finalists in the battle for my hand in marriage.
A hand? But what about the rest of her? It's a figure of speech, Mr. Brown. It's an old medieval tradition.
May you all remain true to your code of honor until the joust.
Where did you find your squire, White Knight? In a zoo? In a zoo? I'm from Peru. Darkest Peru. Well, you are doomed, White Knight. For I, the Black Knight, shall be victorious once more.
If you do win again, it will only be through acts of treachery. Oh, goodness, Paddington. Have you polished armor before? You're very good at it.
No, but I've watched Mrs. Bird polish her silver. You can see her face in it.
Ah! I'm supposed to be a knight in shining armor, not pink armor. I can't joust in this.
Oh no! Someone has put glue in my helmet. If I put it on, I'll never get it off.
Oh, don't tell me these knights can't compete. Isn't that a shame?
Everybody forearm.
The fool wasn't so silly after all. As Mr. Knight's squire, I had to be on the lookout.
What is it, Black Knight?
I'm not playing knights now, Herbert. There's no time to explain. Hurry, please.
Stay here, Paddington.
Hurry. You'll see what's wrong in a moment. Through here.
Such trusting souls are too easy to fool.
Wolfgang, really, this is too much.
No, it is just enough to ensure victory is mine.
Goodness, Black Knight, where are the other brave souls?
I'm afraid I shall be the only contestant today, fair maiden.
What? What happened to the others? Where are their squires?
Here I am, but my knight seems to have disappeared.
In that case, fair squire, you must ride in his place. Tradition dictates it. Besides, there's no way I'm even pretending to marry the Black Knight.
Are you serious? You dare compete with me? Look what you've done. Swine, that will cost you dearly, I promise you.
It already has. A whole jar of marmalade. Vengeance shall be mine. I was starting to get in the mood.
The contest has commenced without me. All is lost.
No, wait. Look, it's Mr. Brown.
Wretched marmalade.
May the best knight win.
Foolish lad, come and meet your master. It was a foul. He put marmalade all over my lawns. I demand a rematch.
Nonsense, Black Knight. It was a case of the biter being bit. I declare our honored guest the winner.
Well done, Mr. Brown.
Honored Bear, you embody the true spirit of a knight and may claim your prize. Ah, what's this? Oh, marmalade. I hate marmalade.
Then I fear, fair maiden, we cannot be wed. In matters of taste, I am afraid, a bear will always choose marmalade. No truer words were ever spoken.